Colorado High School Activities Association softball is on 1010 KSIR on the Eastern Plains Sports Network from Jocelyn Needham Field. It's actually Jocelyn Field here in Brush. It's the opening league game of the season with the Brush Bee Diggers taking on the Berthoud Spartans. I'm John Beltran, the return of Evan James, a 2022 graduate on the first pitch. Gracie Flores, the left-handed hitting shortstop, hits a soft liner into right field for a base hit against Mason Unrein. We'll get to the lineups as this game progresses. The pitch, and that is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. The Spartans are 2-2, and the Bee Diggers won their opener 9 days ago, defeating Faith Christian 17-3. And the offering for the right-hander Unrein is fouled. Cam Pickett is on deck, and Molly Davidson is the cleanup hitter. Evan.
Well, you know, John, Brush coming into this game, they've played together. We graduated, one senior last year?
Harley Holdren.
Harley Holdren. But this year, it's all seniors.
And the pitch is a fastball upstairs.
At least mostly. And then we have Brisa, Maltos Garcia. I know I'm going to mess that one up.
Brisa Aguirre Garcia, 2-1. Swinging a foul off to the right, and the count levels at 2-2. Here to Pickett. Berthoud has played some good softball so far this year with that 2-2 record. One of those games against Roosevelt was a extra inning loss. And the pitch swung on and grounded foul along the third base side. Olivia Gillix at first, Reese Lambert at second. Brisa Aguirre Garcia, the sophomores at third. Braylon Rule, the shortstop. Cashlyn Tatalini in left, Carly Tatalini in center, Avery Lefevre in right, and Amaya Bruno behind the plate. Bee Diggers in their gold jerseys with the black pants. And the 2-2 pitch. Changeup is fouled. Right behind us, and the count remains at 2-2. And right to your right is the legend, Paul Acosta.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yep. He had a big moment in his life 3 years ago Thursday with that home run swung on and fouled, tapped along the third base side. And I'm going to be reliving that on Thursday. Just look it up.
All right.
September 1st, 2019.
All right, I will.
Pirates at Rockies. A home run. Oh, there's a trivia question. Hold on. The pitch. Up and away. Runner going to second. It throws up the second base side, and it skips into center field, but no advance. It'll be a stolen base for Gracie Flores. Does Schwami know when he got that ball in at Coors Field, who hit the home run?
Guy from Pittsburgh is all I know.
No, Pittsburgh won the game 6-2. It was a Rocky who hit it. The pitch swung on and fouled. Schwami, you get two guesses. Two guesses for the Schwami. Guess number one.
Nolan Arenado.
The number one guess is correct. It was Nolan Arenado who homered in a 6-2 Rockies loss September 1st of 2019. And the pink flamingo, no, not flamingo. It was it was flamingos. That's right. The pitch, and that's down and in. It's a walk. That's an excellent plate appearance. Oh,
She really battled that one out.
She did, yeah. That's already unofficially 11 pitches thrown. Hitting with an open stance from the right side is Molly Davidson. First and second, nobody out for Berthoud. Out of the circle, Mason Unrein to the plate, and that's inside. Flores very aggressive at second base. She's well off in between pitches, and that's the way to do it. You want to keep the Bee Diggers on their toes. 1 ball and no strikes. And the offering. Swing and a foul. Nope. Just right into the glove. It's 1-1. Thought it might have foul tipped it, but did not. 1 ball and 1 strike. Unrein to the plate. That's Rise ball is upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. All right, let's get a game time temperature. You got to come within 3 degrees. Within 3 degrees.
All right, I'm gonna. I'm coming from Tennessee. This is a bit different.
Swung on and lifted on the right side. It's going to drift foul. That was fisted off to the right side, only about 10 feet forward. If even that, it's 2-2. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's probably like 83.
It's 86 degrees.
86. All right.
My phone said 83, then I readjusted and it went up to 86.
Yeah. Colorado temperature is definitely different than temperature down in Tennessee. It's muggy down there.
The pitch upstairs to Davidson. It's 3-2. And the Bee Diggers already in trouble in the first inning. Opening pitch today brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Borrow locally from people you know. Equitable Savings and Loan. Check them out, equitablesavings.com. Swing and a miss on a letter high heater.
Yeah.
And Unrein strikes out Davidson. That's a big out.
Yes.
Here is Lauren Lucero.
Number 19, Lauren Lucero.
Another right-handed hitter for Berthoud. And the offering. Swung on and tapped on the ground up the middle. The shortstop flips to second, and that goes behind the second baseman, Lambert. A run will score. That'll be an error on the flip by Rule. Looked like she flipped it behind her.
Yeah.
A run scores. It's 1-0. That's only a fielder's choice. No base hit and no RBI either for Lucero. Just a Bee Digger error.
What we're looking at, John, is the little things. Like we say every year, it's the little things at the beginning of the season that'll make your season or break your season.
Absolutely. Here's Shaylee Spears, the offering, and that's upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Rule made a nice play, but you got to flip it in front of Lambert, and she was still going to the bag. And again, this is like Little League baseball where everything's close together. You got to be quick, and you got to lead the player. Swung on and tapped right back to the mound. Unrein to the plate, and then she threw it over the catcher's head. And now to third, the throw there, the slide, and safe. So that's a fielder's choice, and you cannot assume she would have had her at the plate, so we don't score it in there, although you could. And that will be scored an RBI for Spears, even though there was a really good chance that Pickett was going to be out at the plate. It's 2-0.
Number 18, Allison McCree.
And she quickly rushed that throw. The pitch swung on and tapped foul off to the right side. So the Bee Diggers with a couple of miscues. And 2 in scoring position. A sloppy inning for Brush. No balls and 1 strike for McCree. And the offering. Swing and a miss. 0-2 to Allie McCree. Gracie Flores began the inning with a base hit.
Bee Diggers playing in.
Well, down 2-0 early with only 1 out. That is a strike right there on the outside corner. Perfect pitch.
That's what they needed.
Belt high. Yep, second strikeout. And there's 2 down here for Griffin.
Now batting catcher number 8.
Bee Diggers wanting to capitalize here, making sure that they don't get any more damage done with a pitch inside.
Not only inside, but it bounced into Bruno. She made a heck of a play. If not, that could have scored Lucero from third. 1 ball and no strikes. 2-0 Berthoud. Just underway in Brush at Jocelyn Field. And the offering. Swung on and lifted down the left field side into foul territory, giving chase, but not getting there as Cashlyn Tatalini out of her range there. 1 ball and 1 strike. All right, keep in mind 5:30 to 6:30 on Friday. This Friday, September 2nd, the big game, Fort Morgan at Brush, kickoff at 7 o'clock on 10-10. $7 is the tailgate party for the Sloppy Joes, the beans, the chips, the cookie, and the drink. $7, 5:30 to 6:30 on Friday. Swung on and fouled to the screen by Griffin. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now that's a good deal, John. $7.
Well, first of all, Sloppy Joe could cost you $7 nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
But they know what they're doing in Brush. 1 ball. Check it. Oh, yep. And that pitch is a called strike 3. And that was on a no ball 2 strike count. And she strikes out the side. However, Berthoud comes up with a couple of runs on 1 hit. There was a Bee Digger error and 2 left. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning. Berthoud 2. And Brush is coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Bee Digger starting lineup is brought to you by B&B Appliance. From refrigerators to vacuums and everything in between, they have exactly what you need and service it too. That's B&B Appliance in downtown Fort Morgan. Berthoud with a 2-0 lead. And the Bee Diggers against Pickett will be sending up the following lineup. Batting first, it'll be the shortstop, Braylon Rule. Second baseman, Reese Lambert at second. The center fielder hits third. That's Carly Tatalini. Brisa Aguirre Garcia hits fourth. The fifth hitter is the right fielder, Avery Lefevre. Pitcher Mason Unrein hits sixth. Cashlin Tatalini, the left fielder, hits seventh. Olivia Gillick eighth, and Amaya Bruno ninth.
Braylon Rule.
What a walk-up song.
Oh, yeah. Still getting, I believe Griffin is behind the plate.
Okay.
We'll check that for, get this defense sorted out for Berthoud. And the right-hander Pickett to the plate. That pitch is a little bit high, just above belt level. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Berthoud with a base hit in the first inning, but they scored 2 runs. The Bee Diggers were sloppy defensively, the offering. And that is a little bit low. Two balls and no strikes. Here on Braylon Rule, excellent leadoff hitter for Brush. Feels very comfortable in this position. The Bee Diggers can run too. And Pickett to the plate. That's all the way to the screen. 3-0. Yeah, this is one thing they want to avoid. Yeah, that is Griffin behind the plate.
Yes.
3 balls and no strikes. And the pitch. That's down and in. And not a good sequence there by Pickett.
And one thing about having Braylon Rule out first is she's a spitting image of her sister Brooke Rule. And if you know anything about her, I mean, fast as can be.
Yeah.
Same thing for Braylon. You got speed on first base. And Reese Lambert's next.
Second baseman for Brush. Another right-handed hitter. And the pitch. And that is right there for a strike on the inner half of the knees. Mason Premer, the third baseman, is playing in for Berthoud, anticipating maybe a bunt. And you'd have to think that Rule's going to take off any second. No balls and 1 strike. 2-0 Berthoud, bottom of the first inning. And the offering. Swung on and grounded right side. Should be an easy play to first. Bobbled. Now the throw to first is going to be late. And the ball is dropped anyway over at first by Lucero, but that'll be an error. Both teams now with an error.
Number 6, Carly Tatalini.
And that is on the second baseman, Guzman.
Yep. And that brings up Carly Tatalini, left-handed hitter here for the Beat Diggers. A senior this year. Wow, that feels really weird to say. I mean, last year I was a senior.
That's right. Actually, it was earlier this year, too.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
And the pitch. And that is just off the corner. 1 ball and no strikes.
Braylon Rule started taking off for third and then thought better of it when she was about halfway there.
Well, no reason to run yourself into an out.
Yeah.
1 ball and no strikes. Pickett to the plate. That's off the glove of Griffin. The runners will advance. It was outside. And now second and third.
Brush is now looming.
Yeah, that'll be a pass ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Now they're playing in, but they lead 2-0. So if Tatalini could just loft it into the outfield, it would tie the game. Pickett ready, the right-hander. Delivers, and that is outside. Yeah, it's close, but it's up and away, 3-0. On deck is Brisa Aguirre Garcia.
If I remember right, she had some solid hits last year.
Yeah, she had limited time as a freshman, but a lot more as a sophomore. 3-0 pitch. That's right there for a strike on the outside corner, thigh high, and it's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out, bottom of the first inning. The Bee Diggers looking to maybe tie the game with a base hit, down 2-0. Yeah, Pickett motioning to the third baseman, Premer, who is a couple of steps in, and that is on the outside corner, strike 2. Davidson has spotted, check it, Pickett has spotted the last 2 pitches very nicely. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Griffin lays down the sign and the pitch, and that's low, and it's a walk, second walk of the inning. And Aguirre Garcia
Now batting third
is
baseman
now
for
up there with the
Berthoud,
bases loaded
Aguirre Garcia.
and nobody out. How do you like this for your first at bat of your sophomore year at home?
This is going to be really, really interesting to see, John. Bases loaded. Brisa, a powerhouse, as we have seen from last year. We'll see what she can do to advance these beat diggers here.
And the pitch. And that is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike to Aguirre Garcia. Waiting on her pitch here.
I tried running here because I'm trying to get in shape.
Pickett looks in to the plate. That's up and away. Count levels at 1-1.
Let's go, B. Come on, kid.
A walk, an error, and another walk have loaded the bases for Brush.
No outs here for the beat diggers.
1 ball, 1 strike. And the offering. Swung on and lifted foul. Had a play off to the right. 1-2 to Brisa Aguirre Garcia. I got that ball back in, but I'm not sure they needed to get the ball back in.
Her brother Alejandro Maltos Garcia, I graduated with. He's playing baseball in Parkland, am I right?
He was in Champaign.
Champaign.
Well, at least on Friday he was there.
Yeah.
1-2 to Aguirre Garcia. And Pickett delivers. And that changeup is in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big pitch coming up. You don't want to get to 3-2 if you're this right-hander. That puts all the pressure on you. Runners on first, second, and third. And the offering. And that is a little bit low. 3-2. Well, now Brisa's looking for something fat in the zone.
Yep.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2-0 Berthoud. Pickett ready. And the pitch. And that it skips away. It's going to be a walk anyway. A bases loaded walk on a ball that was way down in the zone. 3rd walk of the inning. That's an RBI. Scoring is ruled. It's 2-1 Berthoud.
Meeting at the circle, not the mound, John. It's the circle.
Yeah, get it right, Evan.
I know. I'm slacking.
Avery Lefevre now will step in. She's a junior.
Just going to shout out her brother right now. I don't know if he's listening. Caden Lefevre just graduated Navy boot camp the other day.
The family was out there.
Yeah. So congratulations to him.
All right, so it's 2-1. Still nobody out, bottom of the first inning. Really sluggish start to this game for both sides. Brush did not play well defensively in the top of the first. And now what you're looking at here in the bottom of the first is a bases loaded situation. And only 1 ball has been put in play. And it was a weak grounder to second that was muffed.
Now batting for your beat diggers, right fielder number 3, Avery Lefevre.
Lefevre got some playing time as a freshman, started as a sophomore. And now with a base hit, she could give the beat diggers the lead. The pitch, and that one bounces in. Man, Griffin is very busy behind that plate right now. 1 ball and no strikes. And we know this game, it's not all pitching, but without the pitching, it makes it difficult. And Pickett is ready. The offering, that bounces in as well. I don't know, this could be her last hitter. If she walks Lefevre, I mean, it's really hard to come out of this.
It's all about mentality.
Cam Pickett, 2 balls and no strikes. Huge pitch. If you're Lefevre, I would not swing here.
No.
You don't swing, so you got to throw at least 1 strike. Swung on in line, and that is foul along the first base side.
Just shy of that line.
Yep. That's still a risk, though. You're swinging at a 2-0 against a pitcher that hasn't thrown a strike in a while.
Yeah.
Now it's a different story at 2-1. Yeah, that to me is always a take sign.
Yeah.
But 2 balls and 1 strike, bases loaded, 2-1 Berthoud, bottom of the first inning, nobody out. Lefevre awaits, and that bounces in. That's exactly why you don't swing at the 2-0 pitch.
You would have been walked there.
Well, no, I think it was a strike, but to throw 2 strikes in a row,
Oh, yeah.
that's the whole thing. Swing at a 2-1, that's a strike. 3-1 now. She could be swinging here if it's anywhere in the zone. Swing and a miss, threw it right by her. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another big pitch coming up here for Cam Pickett. With the bases full of beat diggers. 3-2 to Lefevre. Looks over at third. Looks into the glove. And delivers. Swung on and grounded foul. That ball would have been, I believe, ball 4. That was really in on her hands. But didn't want to take the chance. Yeah, I think she swung at ball 4 there, Evan.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with you.
Yeah, that ball was, it was closer to hitting her.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do another 3-2. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded left side. They'll go to the plate for the force out. There's no reason to tag. No reason to tag if you're Griffin. It's a force play. I think her foot was on the plate anyway. There's 1 down. Nice play by Premer at third.
I'm starting to get the notion, John, that Griffin might be a younger player.
Well, you got to be, because there's no reason to motion towards a tag.
Yeah.
Here's Mason Unrein. That goes 5-2 in the book. Bases remain loaded, 1 out. Bottom of the first, 2-1 in favor of the Spartans. Unrein, a big hitter as a junior, now a senior. Swung on and fouled off to the right. And that could be the pitch that gets Pickett back in rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge pitch for her. I'm telling you, she could have been 1 batter away from being taken off the circle. No balls and 1 strike. Unrein awaits the offering, and that's down and in. Count levels at 1-1. Carly Tatalini's at third. Brisa Aguirre Garcia at second. Avery Lefevre's at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bead Diggers have put 2 balls in play in this half inning. That's it. Nothing in the outfield yet.
Just walks.
Swing and a miss, and totally thrown off on a pitch that was in the dirt.
Yeah.
Unrein swung all arms there. It's 1-2. If they keep this at 2-1 or it's a 2-2 game, that's a victory for Berthoud in this inning, because they could be down by a lot.
Very much so.
1 ball and 2 strikes. The offering, swing and a miss. Let her high, threw it right by her. A strikeout of Unrein, 2 outs.
And one thing the Beat Diggers do not want to do here is leave anyone on base.
Well, right now they got 3 on base, and Cashlin Tatalini's going to have to deliver. This was 2-1, bases loaded, no outs. Now it's 2-1, bases loaded, 2 outs.
Number 10, left fielder, Cashlin Tatalini.
Tatalini batting from the right side. The offering right down the middle for a strike. I think Pickett feels good about this now. Really good about this. No balls and 1 strike.
And like I was saying earlier, John, it's all about that mentality. You know, you get yourself in a hole sometimes.
Yep, you're right. The offering down and in.
See if Pickett gets on a roll here against Cashlin Tatalini.
1 ball and 1 strike. She's retired the last 2. And the pitch down and in again. Ball 2, strike 1. It's hard to keep the defense in rhythm, too, when this happens. You're just out there waiting and waiting and waiting. 2-1 to Cashlin Tatalini with the bases juiced. And Pickett delivers down and in again.
Now, if I was out there, John, knowing me, I have the attention span of a goldfish. I'd just get bored and start looking for butterflies. That's
Well,
just me, though.
Yeah, that is you. Yeah, 3-1. Now, do you swing here? That's the question. It's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, right down the middle.
It's got to look juicy.
3-1 pitch on the inside corner. That's a good take.
I think that's
a
what
strike.
you're trying to do.
Well, that's a pitcher strike.
Yeah.
That's a good pitch.
Yeah.
But it's 3-2.
I think that was the location she was trying to shoot for those past couple pitches.
Yeah.
And she finally hit it.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Tatalini with the bases loaded. Pickett looks in the pitch. Swing and a miss. And she came back from a 3-1 count to strike out Cashlyn Tatalini. And that's a tremendous job after falling behind to the last 2 hitters. And a good job there, Pickett, limiting the Bead Diggers to just 1 run. The Bead Diggers do not get a base hit. There was an error, and the bases were left loaded. We head to the top of the 2nd inning. It's Berthoud 2, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Lily Dodd leads off for Berthoud in the 2nd. And that pitch is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Berthoud leads Brush 2-1. Not much hitting in this game because the pitching has been a little bit spotty. It's been inconsistent. And the offering. Swung on, that is grounded left side. Nice backhanded play by Unrein. The throw to first is dropped by Gillick. An error on the first baseman. There were issues there defensively a season ago, and the Bead Diggers have committed their 2nd error of the game. I mean, the throw was not perfect, but it was very catchable. It got there in the air. So that's E3 on the drop over at first. That's upstairs. Here to Premer. 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, you could say it's early on in the season, but these girls have been playing softball for a few years. Can't make those mistakes. Pitch is a strike.
Not only have they been playing softball, for a few years, they've been playing together.
Right. That's exactly.
And so that, at this stage as seniors, especially.
And the 1-1 swung on and lifted right side, and Gillick backs up and makes the catch in foul territory. Nice play by Olivia Gillick. And there's 1 down. Yeah, she wants the ball hit to her now because it's one of those things that anything to account for the miscue.
Now batting shortstop number 17, Gracie Flores.
2nd inning brought to you by Stubbs Gas and Oil. One-stop shopping does exist. Gas, food, and all your travel accessories on I-76 in Wiggins. And the changeup is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to Flores. Flores had a base hit and scored in the 1st inning. And the pitch swung on and grounded left side. Shortstop ruled to 2nd. That is 1. To first will be late. No reason to make that throw. You got to know not to make that throw. It's a chopper. Yeah, you don't want to follow. You have to have that in your head. There's absolutely no reason to throw the ball in the back end, but there's 2 down, and the Bead Diggers get the lead out.
Well, not only is that, John, but in this game especially, you're down. There's no room for mistakes. So if you can chance it.
Right, it's early, but no reason there to pitch to Pickett. Change up is up and away. Pickett walked in the 1st inning. 1 ball and no strikes. We have 3 runs, 1 hit, and 3 errors combined. That tells you it's not good softball so far. The offering. That's a strike. Runner going to 2nd to throw up the shortstop side. It's a stolen base for Flores, her 2nd of this game. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 down. 2-1 Berthoud in the 2nd. Unrein looks in to the plate, and that's off the glove. Bruno, it's going to be a steal anyway. She was going. Now the count is sitting at 2-1. Mason delivers. Nice pitch, but a little bit high. A little high. 3-1. On deck is Molly Davidson. Open stands for Pickett, the opposing pitcher. The pitch. That is low. It's a walk.
Macy's got to find her rhythm here.
Well, I mean, what you're seeing in this game, you have 5 combined walks. And the offering, up and away. Runner goes to second, no throw. So 2 in scoring position for Davidson, who struck out on a 3-2 pitch her first time up. Big open stance with that left foot on the back of the batter's box. The pitch, that's upstairs. It's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Davidson. Unrein delivers, swung on and fouled back. See, even there I'm surprised.
Yeah.
You just walked a hitter, then it's 2-0, and then I was surprised that Davidson swung, and it wasn't that good of a pitch to swing at.
No, it was a jammer.
Yeah, that jammed her big time. Yeah, these hitters, they're just as valuable walking as they are hitting the ball, the pitch. And that's the right there, case in point, up and away. 3-1.
Macy's been consistent to that spot so far, this batter.
24 strikes, 19 balls unofficially. The pitch, swing and a miss.
Ooh.
Right there with a heater at the knees. It's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Spartans lead by a run in the second with 2 in scoring position. The offering, she took it. It's ball 4. That rise ball was well high, and the bases are loaded.
The Beat Diggers looking to get this girl out so that they don't have to have any more damage done.
This is Lauren Lucero. She reached on the air by rule in the first inning. The pitch, swung on, popped up. The pitcher, Unrein, to her right, is going to make the one-handed grab along the third baseline, and that ends the threat for Berthoud in the top of the second inning. No runs for the Spartans. They leave the bases loaded. An inning and a half is in the books. It's Berthoud 2, Brush 1. This is 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran and Evan James back at Jocelyn Field and Brush. Berthoud 2, Brush 1. Thank goodness this is late August softball.
Yeah.
It's not playoff softball right now. You have two good teams. But the only thing that's consistent is the inconsistency, especially the pitching and the defense. But nice job of Mason Unrein getting out of that second inning, of the bases were loaded. Yeah, Berthoud has had opportunities in both innings. They've left 5 on base. The Bee Diggers left the bases loaded in the first.
First baseman, number 7, Olivia Gillett.
And Olivia Gillett coming to bat for the Beat Diggers here. Plays first base, a senior.
8-9-1 for Brush. Open stance for Gillick as well. The pitch, that is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Gillick, Bruno, and Braylon Rule in the second against Pickett. And the offering, swung on and popped up in a shallow right field. Davidson coming on, and she'll make the grab. 1 down. Well, that is only the second ball in this game that's been hit in the outfield. Gracie Flores had a base hit to begin the game. Aya Bruno, pretty solid number 9 hitter for Brush, the Bee Digger catcher. And a right-handed hitter. This is all you want if you're either defense. Just have your pitchers throw strikes. The pitch, and that is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Once again, 5:30 to 6:30 this Friday. It's the tailgate party prior to the Brush Fort Morgan game. Sloppy Joe, beans, chips, cookie, and a drink for $7. The pitch inside.
Making me hungry already.
It's only 4:40. Oh, you can eat it,
Oh,
eat
you
it
know
any
what?
time. That's true.
Not only that, I come from 2 hours ahead.
When'd you fly in?
I flew in at 6:30 in the morning.
Wow. 2-0 pitch. Upstairs.
The weird thing, John, was I left at 6:30, and then I got here
Right.
at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, the time change, yeah. 3-0. Braylon Rule will hit next. 3-0. That's right there for a strike on the outer half.
Bruno did the right thing there.
Well, you got to take a 3-0 pitch. I mean, if you swing at that, that's a monumental mistake. Pickett has thrown just 18 strikes over 41 pitches. 3 balls and 1 strike. To the plate. Swinging a foul off to the right. Now at 3-2. 1 out and the bases empty in the bottom of the second inning. Berthoud leads Brush. 2-1 in Brush. Really expanded conference this year. 3-2. Swung on line. That's a base hit into center field, and the Bee Diggers have their first home hit of 2022.
Amazing job right up the middle. And that'll bring up Braylon Rule, the #1 hitter here for the Beat Diggers.
Molly Wolf is the courtesy runner for Brush, with Bruno getting the base hit.
And you know, John, I got to say it because this is my only game here. That was amazing.
Oh, good. Never heard that word. Braylon walked and scored in the first inning. The pitch, and that bounces away. Pitch was in the dirt. Into second is Molly Wolf. The equalizer is at second base for Brush. 1 ball and no strikes. Braylon awaits. The pitch swung on, a check swing grounder to third, Premer to first for the out, runner to third, no throw. Yeah, that was a check swing grounder. She didn't swing all the way through trying to take the pitch. Ended up being an out. Reese Lambert hit that grounder to second that was misfielded by Guzman. She'll get a chance to tie the game. Now, if this ball gets away, Wolf's got some speed. She can get down that line. The pitch swung on and grounded foul along the third base side. No balls and 1 strike.
Just got to say, John, great fielding by Tom Odell.
Yeah, it was impressive. 2 hands right in front of him. Change up, swing and a miss. That is easily the best pitch that Pickett has thrown in this game.
It looks like Reese was swinging in slow motion there.
Well, she was way out in front. That's a tremendous pitch by Pickett. It's 0-2. Getting the sign. And the offering. Swing and a miss, and that pitch was way inside. Lambert strikes out on 3 pitches, and the inning is over. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and a base runner left at third. 2 complete. It's Berthoud 2, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with Evan James. Evan sings the national anthem. He travels from coast to coast, and he devours any food, including Taco Bell. 2-1 Berthoud as we head to the third inning. The pitch, and that is on the outside corner for a strike.
Speaking of food, John, one thing I did miss, you know, being in college, home-cooked meals.
Oh, yeah.
You never appreciate them enough.
This is Shaylee Spears, who grounded into the fielder's choice, swung on and fouled back. It is 0-2. You know, hard to believe that we have 2 combined hits in this game. We're only in the third, but there's been a lot of base runners. That's the thing. 0-2 to Spears. The pitch bounces in. Bruno was set up on the outside corner. Mason Unrein threw a perfect game, and I mean a perfect game last year with 12 strikeouts against Valley. The pitch upstairs with a rise ball. 2-2. 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Berthoud in the third. And the offering swung on and chopped over the mound, headed for center field. That's a base hit. The second for Berthoud and the first for Spears. Now, we have not had a clean inning yet by either team. We've had base runners in every half inning.
Lambert looked like she didn't commit. She wanted to slide and stop the ball, but she kind of stopped herself with her knees and went right in between.
Yeah, McCree now the hitter. She struck out looking her first time up, squaring to bunt. And she missed it. Runner goes to second to throw the tag. And out at second base as Rule applies the tag on a perfect throw by Bruno.
That was a great job by Bruno.
And Shaylee Spears is cut down, 1 out.
That's exactly what you wanted to see if you were the Beat Diggers. Not only to have confidence in your catcher, but cutting down on the plate.
Swinging a foul to the screen. It's 0-2. Well, and Amaya got rid of that very quickly. That's what you want, a quick release.
Yes.
When Paul Acosta announces hitters, quick release. Doesn't, there's a rhythm to it.
Yes.
And the 0-2 pitch. Up and away. 1-2. 2 runs on 1 hit. Or make it 2 hits for Berthoud. 1 run, 1 hit for Brush. The Beat Diggers with a couple of errors. Berthoud has committed 1. 1-2. And Unrein delivers. That's upstairs again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was pitch unofficially number 55. Although pitch count doesn't matter in softball. And a 2-2. Swung on and driven towards the second baseman and caught in the air by Reese Lambert. Little fist job, and McCree's out number 2.
Griffin.
Here is Griffin, who struck out looking her first time up. 2 down and the base is empty for Berthoud in the 3rd inning. Unrein to the plate. That is a strike on the outside corner. Belt high. It's 0-1.
Good spot.
Great spot. She's even got a rhythm when she walks right back to the pitcher's mound. The offering, or to the rubber there. It's 0-2. Fouls it back. No balls and 2 strikes.
She's been 2 up on the past 2.
Well, let's
once
see.
again.
She might go with a changeup here. Let's see. And the 0-2. No, that's a rise ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the number 7 hitter, Griffin. Berthoud scored both of their runs in the 1st inning. The Beat Diggers scored in the bottom of the 1st. 1-2 pitch. Same pitch, same location. Count is now at 2-2 to Lexi Griffin. Lexi Griffin awaits the pitch. That bounces in. Now you can't mess around.
Makes it 3-2, 2 outs.
Well, I mean, she's done so well now in this inning, but you're not in a rhythm until you start throwing strikes consistently.
Yes.
3-2 pitch. That is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. And Mason Unrein, despite some struggles, has now struck out 4 Berthoud Spartans. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And the bases were left empty. 2.5 complete. Berthoud 2, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Beat Diggers trail the Berthoud Spartans 2-1. Softball game number 2 for Brush, number 5 for Berthoud. They're 2-2.
Wow.
Yeah, I said that at the beginning, but you weren't listening.
No, I guess I wasn't. That's impressive.
No, I know.
You know?
Man, you and my wife have something in common. Well, she doesn't listen either, especially when I speak. Come on. She's a great listener, though.
Yeah, I mean.
Great listener, just not when I'm speaking.
You better watch out when you get home. She's going to be like, I heard that, John.
No, actually, she heard it. She didn't listen to it, though. There's a big difference. Here's Carly Tatalini. The pitch. That is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Tatalini, Brisa Aguirre Garcia, and Avery Lefevre. 3, 4, and 5 for Brush against Cam Pickett. And the 1-0 to the screen. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, some days as a pitcher you have to battle.
Yes.
Unrein is battling a bit. Pickett is battling a bit as well. Pickett's battling a lot.
Filling a deep hole.
2-0. And the offering. Swung on and tapped foul. And again, the Bee Diggers are swinging. Doesn't matter what the count is unless it's 3-0.
Yeah.
Because we have yet to see a 2-1 pitch thrown for a strike after a 2-0 pitch was swung at. Notice that to the 2-1, then they go, let's see if this is another ball. We're not seeing a lot of back-to-back strikes. 2-1. And that changeup is low. That's my point. That's why to swing at the 2-0 pitch, you have to wonder, because that 2-1 pitch is being followed by a ball. Now it's 3-1. And Pickett comes home. That is low and away. Another walk, and for Pickett,
Third baseman number 26, Brisa.
There's speed on bases now.
Yep, her fourth walk issued.
Brisa Aguirre Garcia.
Brisa walked and drove in a run because it was a bases loaded walk. The pitch, down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, if you're Pickett, you're just playing with fire here. She's not trying to do that, but it's just happening. At some point, the Bee Diggers are going to pay off, or have it pay off with a big run, or 2 or 3. And the 1-0 swung on. That ball is grounded right off the pitcher to second. Throw to first is in time. That'll go 1-4-3. Nice play by the charging Guzman. 1 down.
Next, now batter, right fielder, number 3, Avery Lefevre.
I'll say this about Pickett. When she's needed to make a big pitch, she's done it.
Yes.
Lefevre hit into a fielder's choice 5-2. That eliminated the runner at third at the plate. And the offering. Swing and a miss. That had some heat. Let her high. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And to the plate. That changeup is in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mason Unrein is on deck, looking to help her own cause. Avery Lefevre looking to drive in the tying run. Runner at second. 1 out, bottom 3. 2-1 Berthoud the pitch. Inside. Count is at 2 balls and 1 strike. A slow moving game. We played almost an hour. We're not through the third yet.
Remember that Platte Valley game last year, beginning of the season?
That's upstairs.
Or was it 2 seasons ago?
Well, that was during the pandemic, but that was like an 18-0 game.
Yeah, just took.
I mean, this is a close game, but it's, again, not any rhythm or flow to it because of the pitching on both sides. 3-1. And the offering swung on and fisted in the air, and that's going to be caught by the third baseman, Premer. She's an athlete over there. She's made 3 plays already at third base. Very aggressive and a nice play on that little flare. Hit by Lefevre, 2 down.
Had some speed on there. Macy Unrein.
Struck out swinging her first time up. Again, you've got the tying run at second base. Pickett to the plate. And that goes to the screen. That'll be a wild pitch. Pitch up and away. Advances Tatalini to third. And again, that's the one thing with this field. If that ball gets away, not much space between the fence and home plate. Hard to score in a wild pitch from third. And the 1-0. And that's off the glove. Let's see if she races for the plate. She does. The slide. She's in there. And it's tied at 2. Hard to score that because it went off her glove, but it was not a good pitch either.
Yeah.
Well, the Bee Diggers manufacture a run.
Great job there by Carly Tatalini getting in there.
Well, she slid in hands first, head first. There was no way they were going to throw out. There was no play at the plate. 2 balls and no strikes to Unrein. And the pitch. That's a strike. 2-1. Here to Mason Unrein. And that is inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. The Beat Diggers have just 1 hit in the game and have scored twice. Pickett ready. 3-1. The pitch swung on and lifted foul territory right side. And off the fence, it's 3-2. 3-2 to Unrein. Yeah, Pickett is still throwing more balls than strikes.
Yeah.
35-30 ball to strike ratio. But it's just a 2-2 game. The pitch, swing and a miss. Unrein strikes out for the second time. They have to throw out at first, and Griffin does to complete the strikeout. But the Beat Diggers score a run without the benefit of a base hit. 3 innings complete. It's Brush 2, Berthoud 2 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This 4th inning is brought to you by Rudy's Tires. 9 is the magic number. 9 locations across northeast Colorado and Nebraska means there's always a location close by. Visit rudystires.com for more. The pitch, up and away, 1 ball and no strikes, tied at 2. Brush and Berthoud and Brush. In this 4th inning, Lily Dodd reached on an error the first time up. Pitch from Unrein, not even close. 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. And the offering. That's low. 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. The offering right there. You got to throw those earlier in the count.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be honest with you. It's been frustrating watching both pitchers. They have ability, just not on their games today.
It's consistency.
3-1. And check swing. I think she went.
I think she went.
Yep, she did go. It's 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Lily Dodd. Berthoud scored their runs in the first inning. The Beat Diggers with a run in the first and 1 in the third. Tied at 2 in the fourth, and the pitch. Swing and a foul to the screen. Here's a D11 with both pitchers, since they haven't found their rhythm. They're not sure where the ball's going when they release.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll just happen when you pitch and you don't throw strikes. Fouled on that heater to the backstop.
You know, one thing, John, you got to find your zone. You got to keep your zone.
Well, that's it. You know, finding it is one thing. Keeping it is the other. It's kind of like losing weight and keeping the weight off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch to Dodd. Swung on and lifted foul down the left side. That's 3 consecutive foul balls. Unrein was down in the count to this hitter 3-0. Nothing but strikes, but she's still alive.
This is just as big of a battle for Unrein as it is for this Berthoud hitter.
And the 3-0 pitch. That's upstairs. It's a walk. Mason Unrein has issued her 4th walk. And that matches Pickett's total. Premer popped to first. Swung on and chopped to short. Rule underhands to second, and it's dropped over there by Lambert. Well, that'll be an error on the second baseman, Lambert. Yeah,
that's throw.
It's a perfect flip.
Yeah. Went right in and then right out of her glove.
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. This happened a year ago with the defense, especially the state tournament against Lyman. And you could say, again, it's early in the season, but that happened late last season as well. Swung on and driven down the left side and to her right, and reaching out and making the catch is Cashlin Tatalini. A tremendous play on a ball that was scorched into left field by Flores, and there's one down. That ball was hit extremely well.
Yeah.
Well, that's a rare, solid defensive play in this game. Premer has played very well at third for Berthoud. Pickett has walked twice. And the pitch. And that's in the dirt, scooped up by Bruno. 1 ball and no strikes. Just past the top of the hour. This is 10-10 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Weldona. That's a strike on the inside corner.
Great spot. Well, amazing spot.
Yeah, I mean, that hit the edge. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. 2-2, Brush and Berthoud in the fourth. The offering upstairs. 2-1. Yeah, both pitchers will throw over 100 pitches in this game easily.
Very easy.
Won't even be close. And the offering. Up and away, 3-1.
And, you know, with softball not having the restrictions, I mean, they got to be thinking of those, thank goodness. I mean, if you're a baseball pitcher, you're done for how many?
Yeah, I mean, at least 3 days of rest. And
Yeah.
that's way outside and away. Or upstairs as well, I should say. And the bases are loaded.
Now batting right fielder, number 10.
Here's Molly Davidson. Yeah, the release point is way off
Mm-hmm.
for Mason. It's just off. Davidson has struck out and walked. She's 0 for 1. And the infield is playing in this fourth inning. The pitch swung on and lifted to center field. Tatalini to her right makes the catch. Runner tags at third. And Lily Dodd scores. Throw to third, the slide, and out. But the run is going to count. The run does score.
Mm-hmm.
That run does score. And Berthoud now leads by a score of 3-2. 3.5 innings are in the books as Berthoud picks up the run, even though it's a double play. But Dodd did cross home plate before the trail runner was cut down at third. Berthoud 3, Brush 2 on 10-10 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John and James, Beltran and Evan as we hit the bottom of the fourth inning. Once again, this inning brought to you by Rudy's Tires, and Berthoud leads Brush 3-2. It's almost like survival of the fittest in a way for either pitcher.
Yeah. How long can we hang in there?
Well, the Bee Diggers have never led in the game. It'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Cash and Tatalini, Olivia Gillick, and Amaya Bruno against right-hander Kem Pickett. I mean, Pickett has made big pitches when she's needed them.
Mm-hmm.
And the offering. Swung on, lined up the middle for a base hit. Pickett nearly had that ball. I mean, that sailed just past her glove. And for the Bee Diggers, it's their second hit of the game.
Now batting first baseman, number 7.
Cashlin Tatalini on first. Olivia Gillette coming up, the first baseman. Well,
She popped to
basewoman.
second. Yep. Squaring to bunt, and she lays it down. Fair third base side, picked up by Premer. Throw to first in time. That'll be a 5-3 sacrifice. I mean, I am impressed by the way Premer plays third base. She's really good.
Oh, yeah.
She is really good.
She decided to just take it there and throw it. I mean, it could have gone foul, but she said no. This is mine.
Right. No, you're right. I mean, that thing was hugging the line, but decided not to take a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Amaya Bruno with a base hit in her first plate appearance. Pickett delivers. Down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. To Amaya Bruno.
Played solid in the catcher's position this game so far.
Oh, yeah. No, she's really good behind the plate. Swinging a foul off the end of the bat to the screen, and the count levels at 1-1. Let's see, our next Bee Digger broadcast won't be until next week. We cover all league games here. They don't play this week. next Tuesday, 6 p.m. at Weld Central. Change up a strike. An
Wow.
unusual starting time, but that's our next game. It's 1-2.
That was quite the pitch there. It had Amaya Bruno rocking on her heels.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Bruno. And the offering. Swing and a miss. That heater tailing away. And Bruno strikes out.
Now batting shortstop, number 4, Braylon Rule.
Pickett has walked 4, but she has struck out 5. Braylon Rule has walked and grounded out 0 for 1. Wind and pitch upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes.
Beat Eagers looking to tie here.
I got to get it in the outfield. Not too many balls hit in the outfield in this game.
Not too many balls hit at all.
The pitch. Swung on line. Base hit along the left field line. Rounding third is Tatalini. She'll score. And going to second, the slide, and safe. She got in under the tag, did Braylon Rule. It's a 2-out RBI double. And the Beat Diggers have tied the game at 3.
What speed.
Well, she did get under the tag.
Now batting second baseman.
Wow.
Number 13, Reese Lambert.
Reese Lambert, she's a sophomore this year, am I right? I
Yeah,
believe so.
Yeah, I think you're right. Reese Lambert, now the hitter, as you mentioned. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded left side off of Premer, and then the ball's into shallow left field. Rolls around third. The throw towards the plate is going to be late. And now Lambert to second, a slide. She's in there. And we'll score that in E5. No RBI, and the Beat Diggers now lead 4-3. Yeah, that was misplayed.
Mm-hmm.
And Premer's been very good at third base, but misplayed that one. And the Beat Diggers have grabbed the lead on the miscue.
For the first time, the Beat Diggers lead, and Carly Tatalini, the left-hander, the single left-hander so far that we've seen for the Beat Diggers, is up to bat.
Well, she hasn't put the ball in play because she's walked twice.
Mm-hmm.
The Beat Diggers have scored in 3 of the first 4 innings. Pickett ready, delivers, way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. I'm not sure why the throw was made home to try to get Rule. There was no way. And that allowed Lambert to go to second. Yeah, you got to know who's on base. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. And that one's low. That one skips away. And to third is Reese Lambert. Again, we are seeing a 2-0 pitch. Do you swing? Because we have yet to see a 2-0 go for a strike that's followed by another strike.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet. Every 2-0 strike has been followed by a ball. Tatalini awaits the pitch, and that's upstairs. And watch out because Brisa's on deck. 3-0 to Carly Tatalini. The Beat Diggers on an unearned run have grabbed a 4-3 lead. Braylon Rule tied it with a double and scored on the miscue. 3-0 pitch. That's high. 5th walk issued by Kem Pickett.
Now batting third baseman number 26,
Brisa Aguirre Garcia is up next.
Walked and grounded out. Yeah, just wants a pitch she can handle. Pickett gets the sign from the dugout. And the offering. And that bounces in. Tatalini back to first. Yeah, she almost got too aggressive out there.
Mm-hmm.
1 ball and no strikes. Brisa from the right side awaits the pitch. Swung on and chopped right back to the mound. A throw to first is in time. Aguirre Garcia is the final out of the bottom of the 4th inning. The Bead Diggers in the inning scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 left. 4 complete. From Jocelyn Field and Brush, the Bead Diggers have taken the lead for the first time in the game. It's Brush 4, Berthoud 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Bead Diggers lead 4-3 as we head to the 5th inning.
Leading off for the Spartans in the top of the 5th inning.
And the pitch is up and away.
First baseman number 19, Lauren Lucero.
Inning brought to you by Better Electric, 970-521-1030. The pitch swung on line, a base hit into right field. The throw will be to first, and is she going to get her? No. Oh, man, a solid throw by Lefevre. And the one concern there, if you're the hitter, Lucero really didn't run through the – you have to run through the bag. She ran to the bag and was nearly nailed from right field. But she picks up the base hit.
I didn't think she thought that they were going to throw.
Yeah, you got to run through the bag if you're the hitter, not to it. The pitch, up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Lucero's now 1 for 3 after that base hit.
Thank you, buddy.
Shaylee Spears at 1 for 2, a base hitter last time up. Pitch, that bounces in and it hits the batter on the left foot. Yeah, again, I just don't think Mason knows where the ball's going from pitch to pitch. Because you go up and away, then you go down the middle, then you go down and in. It's
You got to join the consistency club.
yeah. Well, she wants to. Again, we've seen her do it many times, just not in this game. The pitch, that's upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes to McCree, who's struck out and lined out. First and second, but Berthoud threatening. The pitch, way high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 2 on, nobody out. Foul to the screen again. I've got to question what a lot of these hitters are doing. Swinging at 2-0 pitches, especially that one. That was another one. That jammed her. 2-1. And the offering. See, and that's the perfect example. It skips to the screen, not even close. 3-1, wild pitch, and the runners advance. Yeah, I don't know. Why would you help out a pitcher? Both teams have helped out the opposing pitchers by swinging at 2-0 pitches.
Yeah.
Which is very puzzling to me. 3-1. And the offering swung on and fouled to the backstop.
See, I don't know much about the Berthoud team. This is the first time I've been seeing them. I could argue that maybe they're a younger team, but the Beat Diggers, I can't argue that. I know the majority of these guys are seniors.
Both teams are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
There's 10 walks issued in the game, and make it 11. That's upstairs, and the bases are loaded. Here comes Lexi Griffin, who struck out twice. Brush with a 4-3 lead, but the Spartans are knocking on the door. And I think if Mason doesn't get her out, we could see Braylon Rule. 6th walk issued by Unrein. Swung on and popped up. Infield fly will be called, and the out will be recorded as Unrein makes the catch.
Takes 2 steps to her left and makes that catch really nice.
Now batting number 6.
First out.
Yeah.
Might I say. First out for the Beat Diggers. Bases loaded.
Lily Dodd reached on an error and walked. And the pitch swung on and hit towards the pitcher, and it's going to be caught by Unrein. That's another infield fly, but that time she had to come in about 4 or 5 steps, and there's 2 down. Mason Unrein is 2/3 of the way from getting out of a major jam.
2 for 13, so Addie, excuse me.
This is, I think it's Molly McCree is what I have.
Molly McCree coming into bat.
Number 2, Molly McCree.
Right-handed hitter with the bases on 2 pitches. Again, they swung at first pitch. after a bases loaded walk. Almost out of this jam is Mason Unrein. Swung on and line foul off to the right.
Once again swinging at that first pitch.
Yeah, and that was down and in. No balls and 1 strike. At third is Lucero. Spears at second. Allie McCree at first. The pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Bruno. It is 0-2. Boy, how about this for a nice comeback if Unrein can pull it off in this 5th inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The offering. Swung on, lined, and it's into right field for a base hit on a half-hearted swing, 2-run score. And Berthoud has reclaimed the lead.
Wow.
When I mean half-hearted, she didn't swing all the way through, but perfectly placed by McCree.
I was about to say, you couldn't have laid that down better.
It was a soft liner, and it found the perfect spot. Here's Gracie Flores. She's got to be the best hitter on this team. She's had some great at-bats. She's 1 for 3, the pitch, and that is low. Too fat of a pitch thrown there by Unrein. You want to get it up on an 0-2. Made it way too hittable. We'll have a courtesy runner at first for Berthoud.
13 is back.
Oh, that's Premer. 1 ball and no strikes. Flores singled, grounded into a fielder's choice, and lined to left on the play by Catalini.
Runners on first and third.
And the 1-0. That is low. 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Here to Flores. The pitch. Swung on and grounded into right field for a base hit. McCree scores. Premer's headed for third. And the throw is going to skip off Aguirre Garcia. And that allows the hitter to advance to second. Berthoud with 3 across with 2 down in the 5th inning. Berthoud 6, Brush 4.
And just like that, John. Just like that.
Well, she almost got out of it.
Now batting pitcher, number 20.
Berthoud stepped up their hitting game. Some solid hits, even. I mean.
Well, that one was, but the other one wasn't. It was well placed. Now Pickett has walked 3 times.
Meeting in the circle. And just think, John, this spring, I'll be doing softball again.
There you go.
At college.
Yeah.
It's a little weird to think about softball in the spring, but
that's when
it happens.
That's when it happens. Yeah, we're headed for a good 2-hour game here. Minimum. Unrein ready against Pickett. The pitch. Swung on, driven down the left field line, and to her right, Tatalini makes the catch on a long fly ball, and that ends the top of the 5th inning. However, Berthoud does plenty of 2-out damage. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors and 2 left. 4 1/2 innings are in the books. Berthoud 6, Brush 4 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Beat Diggers trail the Berthoud Spartans 6-4. Avery Lefevre leads off for Brush.
Leading off for the Beat Diggers.
Against right-hander Kem Pickett, it's 5, 6, and 7.
Number 3, Avery Lefevre.
Lefevre hit into a fielder's choice and lined to third. 0 for 2. The Beat Diggers trailed 2-0, tied it at 2. Trailed 3-2, took a 4-3 lead, now down by 2 again. And the offering. And that is off the glove on a pitch that was low. 1 ball and no strikes. This might be last at bat here, Evan. I don't know. 81 pitches unofficially thrown by Pickett, and still more balls and strikes. And the offering. Down into the screen, and now I think Griffin is getting tired behind the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. I think both catchers got to be tired. I mean, you're out there forever, it seems, every single half inning.
And you're doing a lot of work on top of that.
Right. 2-0. The pitch. Down and in. Mason Unrein has walked 6 Spartans. Pickett is about to walk her 6th beat digger. 3-0 to Lefevre. Awaiting the pitch. Here it is. Down the middle for a strike. Bell tie. It's 3-1.
That was a good pitch.
On pitch number 84.
Wow.
3 balls and 1 strike. And the offering swung on and fisted. Foul. 3-2. Yeah, I see a lot of pitches. A lot of pitches in this game on both sides. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 6-4 Berthoud, bottom of the 5th inning. Pickett to the plate, and that bounces in. It's a walk. And if it sounds like we're not excited about walks, I'm not. I mean, yeah, you got a beat digger on base, that's great.
Mason Unrein.
I mean, you don't really, you see some pitches when you're walking, but you don't get that experience.
Right, no, exactly. Here's Mason Unrein. That is a strike, and the ball is dropped. Lefevre to second on the pass ball. Unrein has had a struggle at the plate. She struck out twice. A very good hitter 1 year ago. Pickett to the plate. That's inside. 1-1. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th for Berthoud. The Beat Diggers with a run in the first inning, 1 in the 3rd, and 2 in the 4th. The only inning they did not score was the 2nd. And the offering. And that one sails to the backstop on the wild pitch to 3rd is Lefevre. And it's, let's see, it should be 2-1.
John, have I ever told you how glad I am there's a fence in front of me?
Yes. Oh, I don't know if you told me that, but that makes sense. I'm glad too. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch swung on and foul to the backstop. It's 2-2. Pickett unofficially at 90 pitches. Yeah, anytime you're averaging well over 20 an inning, you know there's an issue.
Yeah.
It's just a loose thing. There we go.
There you go.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on, line to left field. It's going to be caught, and that's going to be a double play. Lefevre's well off the bag. Oh, what a base running error by Lefevre. She was way off the bag. Didn't wait for the ball to be caught by Shaylee Spears, and she's doubled up at 3rd by a mile.
Fielder number 10. Cashlin
She was
Cavalier.
thinking, oh, this is going to be a clean, easy run,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't.
In fact, that ball stayed up there. It was an easy out.
Yeah.
It was hit hard, but that would have scored on a sac fly. Instead, she's doubled up at
play.
3rd base.
It's the little things, John.
Well, that's swung on, lifted towards the pitcher to her right, and Pickett makes the catch. Just like that, the Beat Diggers had a threat, a base running miscue, and then the out on that little pop-up in the infield. The inning is over. 5 innings in the books as the Beat Diggers do not strand a base runner. It's Berthoud 6, Brush 4 on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the 6th inning. Mason Unrein is now the shortstop. Braylon Rule is in the circle. Berthoud with a 6-4 lead.
Leading off for the Spartans in the
Hold on,
top
but you
of
got
the
to
6th
fix it.
inning.
There we go.
There we go.
Right fielder number 10, Molly
kinda
That's going to
Davidson.
get right underneath.
Yeah.
And the pitch swung on and tapped right back to Rule. She lobs it to first for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out in the top of the 6th inning as Molly Davidson is now 0 for 2.
Just want to compliment Rule there. Did a great job just keeping her composure. I mean, nice, easy toss to first for that out.
Here's Lauren Lucero, 1 for 3. The offering. That's a strike on the outer half. It's 0-1. Unrein is the pitcher of record, unless the Bee Diggers take the lead.
Come on, Bray.
After this,
And to the plate. Up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now I did it. It's early.
It's very early.
2020.
Yep.
Year hasn't ended. The offering. Swung on, line
Wow.
towards left center field and caught! A beautiful catch by Carly Tattalini to her right. Right at knee level. There's 2 down, and the Bee Diggers have made a couple of splendid plays defensively in the outfield, both by Tattalini's.
Amazing effort there by Carly Tattalini, making that catch for out number 2.
Here's Shaylee Spears, who is 1 for 2 in the game. The pitch, that's outside. And you make quick work of Berthoud in this inning. That gives you momentum going back into the dugout.
Let's Berthoud see a little something different here from the Bee Diggers.
The offering. Upstairs, it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. To Shaylee Spears. The pitch. That is just inside.
Definitely different coming from Braylon Rule here. You can tell there's a different pace.
Oh, it's an accelerated pace. 3-0 pitch. That's a strike. 3-1. Right down the middle. Waist level. 3 balls and 1 strike. 6-4 Berthoud, top of the 6th inning. The offering. Swung on and grounded to first, and Gillick has it. Steps in the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Wow.
For Braylon Rule. 5.5 complete. Berthoud 6, Brush 4 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Alicia Hernandez is now the pinch hitter for Brush. They trail Berthoud 6-4. 8-9-1 for the Bee Diggers. Berthoud has 6 runs on 5 hits. The Bee Diggers 4 runs on 3 hits. Berthoud has committed 2 errors. They've left 8. The Bee Diggers 3 miscues. They've left 6 on base.
A sophomore here.
Pickett has thrown 92 pitches in the game unofficially. Swag and a miss. Threw it right by Hernandez. It's 0-1. 6 outs remaining for the Spartans. And the offering. Down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. A big, big play in the bottom of the 5th inning when Lefevre on third, nobody out, a line drive caught, and then she was at least 20 feet off the bag and got doubled up. That one sails to the backstop. It's 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. Here to Hernandez. The pitch. Swung on and grounded right back to the pitcher. Throw to first is right there. I'm telling you, Pickett has come through.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, if you look at these numbers, the ball to strike ratio is not good.
Yeah.
49 balls and 47 strikes. But she throws the strikes when she needs the outs. Amaya Bruno singled and struck out. The pitch, and that's right there for a strike on the inner half at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Berthoud is 5 outs away. The Bee Diggers have not been retired in order as of yet. The offering. Change up in the dirt. 1-1. Premier Farm Credit. For over 100 years, they've been providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. That's Premier Farm Credit. The pitch swung on and grounded foul off the end of the bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here comes pitch number 100 from the Berthoud right-hander. 1-2. Changeup is up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases empty, 1 down, bottom of the 6th inning. Berthoud has scored 3 runs in the 5th inning to take a 6-4 lead. Bruno digs in. The offering swung on and fouled.
2-2
Yep.
here for Bruno.
Yeah, Pickett can throw a strike here. She'd finally be back to an even ratio. Strikes to balls. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and fouled to the backstop. They got a battle for the Beat Diggers.
Mm-hmm.
Down 6-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. They had a brief lead. 2 down. The bases were full with 2 strikes. And then that 2-run pinch hit single into right field. And the offering swung on and grounded a short on 2 hops. Setting, throwing high to first and off the glove of the first baseman. And now Bruno to second. That'll be an error on Gracie Flores.
Now batting, shortstop, or correction,
Way off there.
Number 4, Braylon Rule.
Yeah, very little that Lucero could do it first.
Yeah. She tried jumping for it.
Well, Lucero, that's not a shortstop's arm. That's an outfield throw. She releases it very high. That's the way an outfielder throws it from short, not necessarily a shortstop. And you could tell she's probably played some outfield.
Yeah.
Here's Braylon Rule. The pitch. Down and in. Rule doubled in a runner last time up. She's 1 for 2. She also walked and grounded out. 1 ball and no strikes with a runner at second and 1 out. Yeah, normally you throw more 3/4 from short. Swung on, grounded foul, third base side. Count levels at 1-1 to Braylon Rule. This is as you mentioned, a strong senior class.
Mm-hmm.
Lambert is on deck, followed by Carly Tatalini. 1-1 pitch. Swung on line foul, way out in front.
That would have been good.
Yeah, you got to wait on that one.
Real battling here.
Well, Pickett has thrown 1 great changeup in the game.
Mm-hmm.
1 really good changeup.
Perfectly. I would have gone.
That might be the pitch to go with here. On a 1-2. Here it is. And that's in the dirt. Did go with the off speed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both teams have now committed 3 errors. 2-2. With a 2-run lead for Berthoud in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch swung on and chopped foul up the third base side.
Fight, way to fight.
Again, our next Bee Digger game is a week from tomorrow. 6 o'clock at Weld Central. It's another league game. We'll have all the league games on 10-10. And, of course, every postseason game, every playoff game. The pitch swung on and line foul along the third base side.
Same location as the past ones. Next game called by the legend himself, John Beltran.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is.
I'll be in the mountains.
Oh, nice.
So,
Well, let's see another 2-2 here from Braylon Rule, or to Braylon Rule. Here it is. Change up is up and in. Good pitch selection there by Pickett.
full count here for Braylon Rule, 1 out.
3-2. With a runner at second. And Rule awaits. Swung on and fouled to the backstop.
Does it feel like it got warmer to you, John?
Let's find out. When the sun descends, when the sun sets.
Kind of feels like a good 87 now.
It's 85.
Really?
Gone down 1 degree since first pitch.
Wow.
And the 3-2 offering. And that ball, did it hit her? No, but it got the umpire. And to third, yeah, that's just a ball 4. Yeah, that got Gregory Mares really good.
Number 13, Reese Lambert.
So it's also a wild pitch, and Reese Lambert is now the hitter.
Yeah. And there's going to be a meeting at the circle. Coaches coming in, wondering if that was her last pitch. We're about to find out.
Well, Pickett has thrown 111 pitches, and again, that's not a concern.
Not in softball, anyway.
The concern is the control. 6 walks.
Yeah.
But she's been pitching better of late. Last 2 or 3 innings has looked better.
Doesn't look like she'll be coming out.
No, I didn't think so either.
No.
I mean, the first inning was definitely the most difficult for her
Yes.
in terms of inconsistency. All right, so Braylon Rule should be running at some point to second to get 2 runners in scoring position and have a chance to tie the game.
Baseman, number 13, Reese Lambert.
It's a given with her. Just a matter of time.
Billy Joel sang that, a matter of time. Pitch to Lambert. Swung on and grounded foul. Third base side. No balls and 1 strike. Lambert is 0 for 3. She's been aboard twice via the error. The pitch, up and away. There goes Rule. She's in there. Uncontested. 1-1. At third is Bruno. Braylon Rule at second. Got to be smart on the bases. The ball's hit the outfield. Make sure the ball drops before taking off. The pitch. Swung on and grounded left side. Premer's going to go to first. Bruno breaks for the plate. She'll be in there. It's 6-5. Give the RBI to Reese Lambert, 2 down.
Center fielder, number 6, Carly.
Tying run at third base. Carly Tatolini, the left-hander, up to bat.
Premer was instructed definitely to throw the ball to first because she could have had an easy play at the plate. It would have been a tag play, though. Carly has walked 3 times. Yeah, but pitch gets away. Rule will score. Outside. Braylon very aggressive at third. 1 ball and no strikes.
She has the speed, John.
I'll tell you what would work here is a bunt.
Yeah.
If Carly lays down a bunt, I mean, she's too fast. And the 1-0. Swung on and lifted towards center. This should end the inning. Right there is McCree. And she dropped the ball! Drops the ball. Now to second. Tatolini, the slide. She's in there.
Wow.
That'll be an error, and the game is tied at 6. I don't know what happened there. It looked like she was under it and just couldn't handle it. No RBI again. 4th error for Berthoud. 2nd of the inning. And the Bee Diggers have tied the game on a major miscue by McCree in center.
It looked like it was right to her, just mishandled that.
Here's Batista. The pitch, and that's taken for a strike. Check swing on the inner half. It's 0-1. Yeah, that's a routine fly. Bee Diggers hopefully can capitalize. No balls and 1 strike to pitch. Swung on and grounded left side. Premer, third baseman, has it, throws to first for the out. And that does it for Brush in the bottom of the 6th inning. But that is a big miscue there by Bertha. The Bee Diggers in the inning pick up 2 runs without a base hit. 2 errors and 1 left. 6 innings are complete. With the score, Brush 6, Berthoud 6 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Evan, it's a thriller here as we head to the 7th inning, and the Bee Diggers and Berthoud Spartans tied at 6. And here is Braylon Rule Pitch is upstairs. She looks really strong in the circle.
She does.
That 6th inning, it was a 1-2-3, the only one of the entire game.
Senior year, John.
The pitch, down and in. 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. And the offering. Swung on, line towards right field. That's a base hit. Bobbled out there by Lefevre, but she gets it in, and the base hit from Allie McCree. This is 6, 7, and 8. Her first hit of the game. And we will have a pinch hitter. This will be Jessa Jorison. Jessa Jorison now the hitter. And the courtesy runner at first is, looks like Chloe Sater. So courtesy runner and a pinch hitter in a 6-6 game in the top of the 7th inning. For the Spartans, that is their 6th hit of the game. The Beet Diggers only have 3 hits.
Wow.
Yeah. Braylon Rule ready. The offering. Up and in with a heat. 1 ball and no strikes to the right-handed hitting Jessa Jorison.
I can't read his writing. Really?
Jorrisen. There we go. No. What? And that's a
Wow.
swing and a miss. Well,
Really got a
yeah.
golf swing on that one.
1 ball and 1 strike. At first is Sater. The pitch. Fouled off to the left. Took something off it. It's 1-2. What happened there?
He was in on her face, and she
okay.
kind of
Well,
hacked at it to protect at her face.
Well, you open up. She opened up to try to get a good swing on that pitch.
Yes.
1 ball and 2 strikes. The Bee Diggers tied it with 2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Braylon Rule to the plate. Up and away. Runner goes to second to throw. Up the shortstop side. It skips into center. It's a stolen base. And a runner in scoring position. A Sater swipes the bag.
Bruno just threw right behind Macy Unrein there. Made the distance, just it's not the right placement there.
And the 2-2. Foul to the backstop. Good swing there by Jorison. Lily Dodd is on deck. Two and 2. Roll needs a strikeout or a pop-up of some sort. The offering. Swung on and popped up into shallow center. That's going to be caught by Tatalini. And there's 1 down. You do have a solid outfield. There's no doubt about that.
Very much so. The Tatalini twins and Lefevre.
Yeah, what you need is a sustainable infield, which I still think that's a work in progress defensively. Lily Dodd is 0 for 2. The pitch, way outside. Nice backhanded stab by Amaya Bruno. 1 ball and no strikes. Sater at second. And the offering, and that's high. 2 balls and no strikes. Rule ready. The pitch. Down the middle for a strike. Thigh high, it's 2-1. Gorgeous day in Brush. 86 at first pitch, 85 right now. Not a cloud in the sky. The offering, and that's low. Took something off it, it's 3-1. You do have the 9-hitter coming up, but heck, anybody can deliver in this game.
Oh, yeah.
And a 3-1. Right there, strike 2.
Wow.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Brush 6, Berthoud 6. In the top of the 7th inning in Brush. Roll to the plate, and that bounces in. Not even close. Dodd walks. 7th walk.
Now batting third baseman number 13, Mason Creamer.
By Bee Digger pitching.
And in 5's coming in.
Well, McCree had that 2-run single to give them the lead. This is Looks like Isabel Guzman.
Changing batter. Now batting number 5, Isabel Guzman.
Yeah, she's been playing second base, but now will hit in this spot. I think if you brush here, if you get her out, you walk Flores. She's too good.
Yeah.
You want to face Pickett behind her. Squaring to bunt and taking it outside. 1 ball and no strikes. If you're brush, you have got to get this hitter.
100%.
You have got to get this hitter because Flores is really good.
You have 1 out. Top of the 7th inning.
1 ball and no strikes. Squaring to bunt again. And she lays it down right in front of the plate. First base side. Throw to first by Bruno for the out. The sacrifice is successful. 2-3.
Yeah, the ball
Yeah.
hit the bat twice. So it's an out automatic.
Oh,
Automatic out. Ball hit the bat twice.
in fair territory.
Yes.
Well,
Automatic.
let's hear. Do they call it? Do they just call it a foul ball? I think it's a foul ball. Yeah, it's a foul ball.
Okay.
Yep, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's just a foul because it was not in play when it hit the ball the second time. When it 1 ball, 1 strike. Squaring the bunt and lays it down. First base side again. Barehanded throw to first. And that is going to be in time. Boy, that's a great play by Bruno. Sacrifice this time is successful as it goes 2-3.
Now batting shortstop.
Okay, there's no doubt you have to walk her here.
100%. You cannot risk this.
No, you do not. You do not pitch to her. You load the bases here for Pickett, I think, if you're brush. This is a huge risk. I mean, you have a base open, and this is their best hitter. She is 2 for 4 the pitch, and that is inside unless they pitch around her. But this is a huge risk if you're brush. 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, she has hit the ball hard virtually every time, and that's upstairs. I think they got to pitch around her. 2-0.
Yeah. You can't give her something to look at.
But you don't want to pitch around her and throw a wild pitch either. You get Pickett up there, who's a good hitter, but Flores is a phenomenal hitter. That's a strike on the outside corner.
I knew it. I didn't have it.
2-1. Yeah, I still say, wow. How do you get this hitter out? You got to throw something special here. 2 balls and 1 strike. To the plate. Swung on, line to left field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Runner around third to throw towards the plate is going to be late. It's a 2-run, 2-out single for Gracie Flores in the top of the 7th inning, and Berthoud leads 8-6.
That was a dangerous call,
Pitcher number 24,
Well,
and it didn't pay off.
it's their best hitter.
Yeah.
The number 1 rule in baseball or softball, don't allow the team's best hitter to beat you, the opposing team's best hitter. And it could happen there if the Bee Diggers don't rally in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch. That is upstairs to Cam Pickett, who's 0 for 1 and has walked 3 times. But that was predictable.
Yeah.
You know, she's a good hitter, Gracie Flores. And for the left side, that one sails to the screen. It's 2-0.
And just like that, Flores is on third.
2 balls and no strikes. Well, I'll say this for Coach Otto. He's got confidence in his pitcher. And if that ball had sailed a little bit more, and that one skips in, 3-0, had it sailed a little bit more, it would have been caught in left field. But again, Berthoud has a 2-run lead, 8-6, as we're straight up at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. This is 10-10 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Otis. That's a strike. 3-1. And when you got down 2-0, you threw the strike on the outside corner.
Yep.
But then you came in fat with that pitch that Flores took the other way. And you can't miss location there. And that's up and in. And Pickett has walked for the 4th time in the game. And here's Molly Davidson.
right fielder number 10, Molly Davidson.
Struck out, walked, a sac fly, and grounded to the mound, or to the circle, 0 for 2. The pitch. Upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Molly Davidson. Runners at the corners. Roll to the plate. Swung on and popped up into right field. Lefevre's coming on, and Lefevre makes the catch. And the Spartans are done in the inning, but they get a big 2-out, 2-run single from Gracie Flores. 2 hits in the inning, and 2 are left. We have played 6.5 innings from Jocelyn Field and Brush. The Bead Diggers are got to be in rally mode now as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The score, Berthoud 8, Brush 6 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Berthoud with an 8-6 lead, and Cam Pickett still out there. She's thrown 119 pitches. It'll be Lefevre, Unrein, and Carly make it Cashlin, Tatalini for Brush.
Leading off for your Beat Diggers, right fielder number 3. Avery
Lefevre's 0 for 2. Fielder's choice lined out and walked. Yeah, she needs a big at-bat here, big plate appearance.
Pickett has to start to be tired here.
Oh, she's dodged a lot of bullets in this game. The offering swung on and fouled off to the right. You know, the first 6 innings don't matter. If Pickett throws well in the 7th, that's all that matters for Berthoud. They would win this game. Yeah, both teams have really struggled defensively. The Spartans with 4 errors and the Bead Diggers with 3. The offering down and in. Off the glove of Lexi Griffin. 1 ball and 1 strike. The game exactly 2 hours old from Jocelyn Field. Berthoud looking for their 3rd victory in 5 games. The Bead Diggers trying to improve to 2-0. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Lefevre awaits. Swung on and fouled straight back. The ball in the inner half, it's 1-2. Yeah, Mason Unrein's got to figure it out on deck. She has had a rough day offensively. But again, it doesn't matter what you do those first 2-3 plate appearances. Can you come through in the clutch? Exactly. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lefevre. The pitch swung on and chopped to third. High hop. Premer throws to first for the out. Nice play. As she stayed with that softball right into her chest. And Lefevre's retired.
Premer's been fantastic all day here for Berthoud. They got to watch. You don't want to be hitting to her here.
Now, Unrein did line out on that double play where Lefevre was way off of third, but she struck out twice prior to that. Hopefully she picks up where she left off with a previous plate appearance. And that's a strike, a solid pitch on the outer half thigh high, and it's 0-1. 1 down, the base is empty. Berthoud leads 8-6 over Brush in the bottom of the 7th inning. The right-hander Pickett to the plate. Swung on, lined, and caught by the pitcher.
Oh, wow.
Not hit particularly hard. I think she jammed her.
Yeah.
It was a reflex play, but not a tough play to make by Pickett. 2 down.
Cashlin Tatalini up for the Beat Diggers here.
She struck out, singled, and popped out, and it's going to go back to the decision to pitch to Gracie Flores. It's going to be the difference in this game.
Yep.
With a base open and 2 down. The pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Now, Pickett did eventually walk behind Flores, but mentally the situation changes anyway. You can't look at it the same way. When it's 6-6 and it could have been a bases loaded as opposed to 8-6. And that pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Hernandez is the tying run on deck. If Tatalini can get on. 2-0. The offering swung on, and that is grounded up the middle for a base hit into center field for a Cashlin Tatalini, now 2 for 4 in the game.
Great placement by Cashlin Tatalini there.
Yep, right back through the box. Only the 4th hit for Brush. She's got half the hits. Hernandez grounded back to the circle. Well, if you can get the next 2 on in Hernandez and Bruno, then you've got Braylon Rule. But that's a big, big if. A huge if. The pitch. Down and in. Here's the other thing. If she gets ahead of the count 1-0 or 2-0, do not swing.
No.
do not swing. That
Cannot
has to be
afford that here.
well, you have to take. 1 ball and no strikes. Big pitch coming up on the 1-0. That bounces in. Okay, now you got to take.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot swing at a 2-0 with a pitcher that has just thrown 2 balls in the dirt.
Got to think of it like Christmas, John. I mean,
Well, yeah, you're giving
the
something.
presents, yeah, you don't give it back.
No, not with a 2-0. And the offering. That's down and in and off the glove of Griffin. And to second is Tatalini. Now I wouldn't swing for the next 2 pitches.
She's got to keep
3-0,
getting gifts.
don't swing. 3-1, you don't swing. She's got to throw 3 in a row. Because you got to get Rule up there. Bruno is in the on-deck circle. 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch. And that one sails to the screen. Tatalini to third. Well, this is interesting now because Bruno's up there. And if you can get Hernandez to second and Amaya's 1 for 3, a base hit could tie the game.
Yeah.
But
And unless
again-
I'm seeing a pitch that's fat and juicy here, I wouldn't be swinging.
I wouldn't swing at the first one here. She just walked her on 4 pitches. I don't care if it's a strike down the middle.
Yeah.
Again, she has to prove that she can throw 2 in a row in getting the most difficult out of the game, which is the final out. First and third, 8-6, Berthoud, 2 out. The pitch, and that's down and in. Blocked by Griffin, 1 ball and no strikes. That is 5 consecutive balls thrown by Kem Pickett. And if you get Rule up there, this could set up for a special moment for Brush. 1-0 to Bruno. The offering. Swung on and lifted down the right field line. That's going to be trouble towards the line, and it's caught. Caught along the line. A nice play to her left by Davidson. And Berthoud has won the game 8-6. The Bee Diggers threaten with first and third and 2 down in the 7th. But an excellent play by Molly Davidson in right field, and the Spartans pull off the victory. The Bee Diggers Strand 2 will take a 2-minute break and wrap it up after this. It's Berthoud 8, Brush 6 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Your Bee Digger postgame show is brought to you by Advanced Agri-Solutions. Make sure the nutrients you've purchased for your field are getting to your crops. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water with Advanced Agri-Solutions. Call Dusty or Roxy at 970-571-2024.
That's the Hall of Famer Evan James. I'm John Beltran. The final score, Berthoud defeats Brush 8-6, 8 runs, 7 hits, 4 errors, 10 left on base for Berthoud. For the Bee Diggers, they get 6 runs. The Bee Diggers didn't hit the ball much. 4 hits, 2 by Cash and Tatalini, 3 errors and 9 left on base. The winning pitcher was Kem Pickett. She goes the distance. Braylon Rule takes the loss. Time of the game, 2 hours and 6 minutes. Berthoud got on the board first as Mason Unrein struggled with her control, but so did the defense in that first inning. Fell behind 2-0, and then a bases loaded walk to Brisa Aguirre Garcia made it 2-1. The Bee Diggers would even the score in the 3rd inning as Carly Tatalini scored on a wild pitch, but back came the Spartans as they took the lead in the 4th inning on Molly Davidson's sacrifice fly to make it 3-2. Braylon Rule tied the game with a double in the bottom of the 4th inning, and then Reese Lambert reached on an error as Brush grabbed a 4-3 lead, their only lead of the game, as Berthoud responded again in the 5th inning. Molly McCree, and that was the key pitch, one of the key pitches of the game. Bases loaded, no outs.
Yep.
Brush is up by a run, 2 pitches in a row. Mason Unrein gets the opposing hitter to pop up to her, then throws 2 strikes to McCree, and then leaves a pitch out over the plate. And it was a soft liner, but McCree hit it into right field. That made it a 5-4 game. Gracie Flores with an RBI single made it 6-4. Bee Digger scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, including a big error on Berthoud to tie the game at 6. And then 2nd and 3rd, 2 down, and they decide to pitch to Flores, which was a huge mistake. And she picks up a 2-run single. Berthoud only had 7 hits in the game, but Flores had 3. And when you let the opposing team's best player hit the ball,
Yeah.
when you have a chance to walk her and face another hitter, it can come back to burn you. And
You
it
asked
did for the
for
Beat Diggers, yeah. Unfortunately, it happened to Brush. They dropped to 1-1, and Berthoud moves to 3-2. Our next Beat Digger broadcast a week from tomorrow at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. start, when the Beat Diggers will take on the Weld Central Rebels in Keensburg. Evan, a blast as always.
Yeah.
With me for the last 4 years, and then some for today.
Yeah.
For Evan James, I'm John Beltran. The final score, Berthoud 8, Brush 6 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.